Yes, people, how we doing? How are we doing? Hope we're cool. You'll never guess. How did I end up collaborating with the leader of the National Front for my new jingle? It's a long story. Let me tell you all about it. Red Pill Phil on YouTube.
Red pill Phil. Red pill Phil. Red pill Phil.
Right, the craziestness, honestly. Going about my business, as you know, I love all brothers and sisters of all demographics. I do not promote any hatred. I do not incite any intolerance to anyone other than dark energy. That is it. That's my only fight, what I find in my frigging journey, eternally moving journey on this YouTube. But it's funny because you get certain lessons along the way that put you in this mindset of rejigging your moral compass. Discovering the National Front throughout certain marches that was going on a while ago, which I duly covered at the time, was one of them perception equalizers. So that's cool. I move on. I then find out that really, ultimately, this is a fight between the far left and the far right. Both far left need the oxygen of the far right to actually exist. But then, not only that, to then justify their level of violence and hatred towards any fucker. The far right need exactly the same intolerance from the far left in order to justify their intolerance for anyone other than a white person. So that is the conundrum that we all find ourselves in. And I duly noticed that a while ago, and I pulled back from multiple things that was going on and working with multiple people because of affiliations, whether direct or indirect. That was probably the best decision I ever made. I still have to this day, people say to me, I'm glad that you're not covering this anymore. I'm glad you're not covering that anymore. And you know what? You're right. Because what I'm finding is my subscribers are the most chilled, the most level-headed. My comment section tells me that. Very little intolerance, very little hatred. So I know I'm doing something right. Although it will have an element of my own bias within it, I will still try and adhere to other people as well, because we are all human beings getting done over in this eternal psychological battle that we're all fighting. But I'm seeing people rising up and getting radicalized on all sides. All sides. Early this morning, I get a link sent to me, and it's from somebody that I respect, and it's a stream that had transpired, and my name was brought up, but it was only brought up because of inner fightings within certain factions with what you would call ethno-nationalist, far right and right wing. All that. I'm non-paradigmal. I left that all alone a long time ago. So this is the amusing bit. My name was brought up and I was called a hypocrite. I was called a hypocrite because apparently I'd done a video using the Nottingham footage that I was sent from a good friend of mine that contained images that were owned or at least supposedly, allegedly taken by the leader of the National Front, right? Once I discovered that fact, I have no proof of validating it, but this is what the leader of the National Front said, right? Calling me a hypocrite. The funny thing is, when these photos were sent to me, I do videos for many people. I've no idea where the initial source comes from. I often go online and extract YouTube videos and other videos, news clips, and you've all seen it. And not many people complain about the way I kind of put my stuff together. In terms of permission, I've always said people can use my footage, I don't mind. Now, once I discovered that these images were allegedly taken by the leader, or some of them by the leader of the National Front, I deleted the video. I want nothing to do with it. Now, if anyone remembers when I initially put that video up, I specifically said at the very beginning of that video, this video was made on behalf of the Reynolds family. Not for me. Like I said to you, I was covering a march in Manchester. I had no interest in covering what was going on in Nottingham. Mainly for the fact that every man and his dog was talking about Nottingham. So, on presumption, you would assume that there would be tons and tons of footage from Nottingham. The only reason that video was uploaded is because I had previously put that video on unlisted, and I'd sent that video to the person that had asked me, could I do that video? Now, I only thought that that person was then going to download it or watch it on unlisted and not upload it somewhere else, particularly without my permission, because I had no interest in uploading that video. After a few days of me handing that link over, I then find that that link had been passed over to several people and had been posted on Facebook, thus making it open game. But the video was still on unlisted. So then I had to make a choice of, do I delete the video or do I upload it? So I kind of begrudgingly uploaded it because it's not my direction on my channel. But going back again, anyone who attended the march for the right reasons, with the right intentions, I have got nothing but love for you. That's my stance. So for me to be called a hypocrite when I didn't know whose footage that was, it was footage like I get and extract footage from all different directions. So this individual is saying that I almost knowingly used that footage with the knowledge of who had taken that footage. The funny thing is, out of all of this, this has presented a brilliant opportunity. It's not often I get the leader of the National Front saying my name. I find it such an honour, such a privilege, that it only really encouraged my creative juices. Hence, me making a new jingle, which I will be regularly featuring within different podcasts, different vlogs and videos, featuring the vocal tones of the leader of the National Front, but done in a mixed race, Mancunian, hardcore fashion. I hope you guys like it, because I loved it. I loved the process, and I loved getting my creative juices going.
Red, Phil. Red Phil with some of my photos. Here's some of my photos. Red Pill Phil. Red Pill Phil. My photos in his videos. He's completely hypocritical as well.
It's a shame that I got the footage in that way. The irony is, if this individual is saying that I've used their images, now I've used their vocals, and them vocals sound fat on this beat, which I have used before the beat, incidentally. The one thing I will leave it with, I consider myself centrist stroke libertarian, probably scratching more towards libertarian. I feel that this for me is where I want to be, and I'm happy and I'm content. I am in the ground where the numbers are. The central way of thinking is where the numbers are. The extreme view that comes from the right, just like the extreme view that comes from the left, is so fringe, it's unbelievable. So this little civil war that both the far left and the far right are implementing on one another is probably catching a few casualties that are centre-leaning. But what I would say to anyone who feels themselves central in this, you are the 99. You are the power. Without a doubt, the rationale, the common sense, the tolerance, the high vibration is all central based. Wow. And this has presented me with a fat ass jingle. Love you all.
I love you. 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 I love you.
Even the pissing haters.
I love you. 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 I love you.